hay que recordar que necesitamos empezar a instruir, a enseñar a nuestros niños a la más temprana edad que podamos. Ese es el único camino o la única forma en que vamos a cambiar el mundo.
Well, there's no shortage of happy people on the Mesa already. You know, they have it figured out. You know, all they want is basic necessities. They want paved roads. They want a clean community.
The way the community came together and wanting to know the change, I think everybody sees that there's a change that's definitely needed for the children's sake.
Pajarito Mesa is a community in the southwestern part of Bernalillo County. Our community has existed for about 25 years. While our community does lack public services that many would consider essential, like electricity, gas lines, running water, paved roads, and even a sewage system, we are a community that cares about each other, and we have an intense desire to make positive changes for our children so that they will have an equal chance at a future that is filled with promise.
One of the myths right out the gate is that everyone that's living at Pajarito Mesa is an illegal immigrant. That's simply not the truth.
We have quite a large amount of veterans. We have individuals that are professionals. We have persons that are tradesmen. We have all kinds of backgrounds.
In addition to that, there's a notion that these people are squatters.
When they say squatters, whatever, I call them on it. And I say that's very strong language, it's offensive. And if you can find one, you should do something about it.
I have not run across a single situation where someone elected to live on property that didn't belong to them, which is what we typically think about when we think about a squatter.
We have indeed paid for our land, and we do pay property taxes to the County of Bernalillo. Yet, these myths and stereotypes add to the many challenges we face, as they lead to a general sense that the people that live on the Mesa are not worthy of our basic human needs being met.
Sometimes I find ourselves that they don't see us as a whole individual. They see us as maybe second class or third class, fourth class, whatever you call it. And that's not so.
Along with the challenges that we faced on the Mesa, we also have individuals and organizations that have stepped up as champions for our cause. Amongst these champions are Youth Development Inc. and the County of Bernalillo. In order to highlight the challenges and identify community leaders and solutions, Youth Development Inc. and Pajarito Mesa have partnered to host community dialogues on the most vulnerable members of our community, our children. Through the Everyday Democracy Strong Starts Dialogue Circles, Youth Development Inc. brought together churches, other nonprofits, businesses, schools, health providers, and the Bernalillo County Commissioners and staff to engage with Pajarito Mesa residents on the barriers to early childhood development.
Entonces a mí me marcó mucho en los diálogos un tema que se trató de la pobreza, y yo digo que siempre lo voy a tener, porque aquí en mi comunidad realmente sí hay familias muy pobres que ni siquiera tienen con qué calentarse en este invierno.
The little children, they don't have refrigeration, they don't have a TV set, they don't have a computer, they don't have any electricity, maybe no light at night.
It's not a dry environment for them to wait for the bus. The buses don't come to their homes and pick them up at the corner or what have you. The children are either having to walk or they're having to be taken.
I can go home and do homework at night. If I forget something, I can just go and print it. And some of my friends up there, they can't do that because they want to save energy and they can't just be like up at night using a computer.
Unfortunately, we have a lot of individuals outside the community that come and do a lot of dumping, a lot of illegal dumping. That makes it a very hazardous environment for our children.
The dialogue circles allowed us to discuss these issues. generate action ideas for improving the lives of our young children, form new and deeper connections amongst ourselves, and most importantly, to use community voice to create the changes that we want.
Pero nuestra visión es que tengan un lugar donde ellos jueguen, convivan, por decir un parquecito, un lugar donde ellos puedan estar seguros para hacer sus tareas, que tengan un centro de computación.
I can see us as being a community that imports no gasoline, no diesel, no propane, that we drive electric cars, have electric homes, all from the wind and the sun.
Así es de que una de las metas principales es poder traer contenedores de basura y poder hacer cosas para evitar todos estos problemas y comenzar a tener una comunidad más limpia, una comunidad más segura para los niños.
Their spirit as far as participating within these dialogue circles was pretty great.
I really appreciate that spirit, appreciate their willingness to pitch in and to work and to do everything that it takes to have as good a place despite the challenges. Everything from community cleanups to attending meetings to helping each other, neighbor with neighbor, and working with county officials. So I really appreciate that.
I think that the future is promising for them because now there's leadership within the community. One of the very first times that I met Luz Maldonado, she was pretty reserved, chose her words very carefully. But then as we were going to meetings, I really saw, her self-confidence grow, her ability to lead grow, and it was just really inspirational to see how fast she could mobilize a community. So that's where it really becomes sustainable. When folks gather around certain issues in their community, they mobilize and they plan, and then ultimately they get the tools that they need to be leaders in their own community. And I think that taking all of that into consideration, I think that Luz Maldonado is going to take them to the next level.
As part of our commitment to improving the lives of children on the Pajarito Mesa, we have continued to come together as the Pajarito Mesa Neighborhood Association. In order to continue our work and develop the actions identified through the dialogue circles, the Neighborhood Association is now seeking a 501c3 nonprofit status. We truly are working together to overcome any and all barriers.
What I like and love about the living on the Pajarito Mesa is I guess after 25 years you have a lot invested in it. You have also relationships with neighbors who end up being more than neighbors. You go to enough funerals, go to enough weddings, you know people, you have a lot of history with them, as they say. We're a community, people are people, but in a way, I guess we need each other here more than your average normal community does. We're not a half a cup of sugar kind of community. When you go to someone and you need something, you're not going for half a cup of sugar, and they will be there for you.